It's time for your Sports Faith Game of the Week.
Going in from man-to-man. Here's Luke Kroll. He's going to line up a straight on three, and he splashed it. An 8-0 run. Sherwood catch, fire left wing, and he drills the triple. That pulled it back, and now Kroll has it left wing. Reitman steps into a top of the key jumper, and nothing but nylon. With the hippest. Good motion here. Sherwood just catch, fires, and fills it up from the right corner by Quimby. And now here's a pass intercepted. It's Haynes again. He stepped in front of Sherwood. He's going to go right at Sherwood. Oh, and Alex stopped him. Alex Sherwood, a big-time block throw ahead. Haley lead feed, layup right hand, spinner's good.
Now it's time to send it over to your host and play-by-play announcer, Craig Bone.
And good afternoon, everyone. From the Kohl Center in Madison, it's time for high school state boys basketball action, the 109th state basketball tournament here from Madison. Good afternoon, everyone. Craig Bone with you on Sports Faith YouTube on the audio stream this afternoon, and we are following the Freedom Irish, the number one seed in Division III, 27-1 overall, winners of the Northeastern Conference, where they were undefeated, 18-0, and they will take on the Mounders of Elk Mound, 24-4 coming in. They play out of the Dunn St. Croix Conference, located up in the Eau Claire area, just west of Eau Claire. They finished 11-3 in that conference, good for third place. And this should be an entertaining ball game as the Freedom Irish come in with a 19-game winning streak. Their only loss this year was to Slinger, the Owls, a team that lost in their sectional final. They lose to Slinger, but they also beat Slinger in the opening matchup of the season, 70-55. Freedom was victorious in that one, and Freedom no stranger to some success. Most recently, they lose in a sectional final a year ago to Kiel, 73-56. And you go back 2 years ago, John Myron's final year in Freedom, they had a really good team. Landon Van Kelster led the way. They fall late in a sectional final against Brillion. That game was played at Two Rivers High School, 39-38. So Freedom has been knocking on the door, and they were able to punch their ticket to Madison as they knocked off Little Chute in a game, a slugfest, a 22-9 halftime lead by Freedom. They end up winning the ball game 49-34 over the Mustangs. They finished that game on a 10-0 run for Coach Andrew Gibbons in his second season, and it's been impressive to say the least. 49 wins, only 6 losses. And when you talk about this Freedom Irish team, this is a ball club that is very balanced, but in the end, it has a lot to do with their star sophomore. His name, of course, Donovan Davis, Player of the Year in the Northeastern Conference last year as a freshman, already 4th all-time in scoring in Freedom basketball history. He has 1,130 points, and it won't be long. He will eclipse the number, which is 1261 right now, by Landon Van Kelster. And speaking of scoring and points, his running mate in the backcourt, Drew Kortz, 1,208 points. So he is 53 points away from becoming the all-time leading scorer at Freedom. So that is very interesting indeed. So if they do play 2 games, Drew Kortz has a great opportunity to take over the number 1 spot. And of course, Donovan Davis, only a sophomore, will get there in time. The Freedom Irish, of course, winners of the state tournament back in 1990, as they had a couple of key guys. Jim Bartles, a name that a lot of people will remember. He went on to play at the University of Iowa. And Corey Vando Wettering, the 3rd all-time leading scorer in Freedom history, he was on that team as well. Jim Bartles sitting currently at number 7, as he was a 1,000-point scorer in his career. And for the Elk Mound Mounders, it has been an interesting ride, to say the least. This team is very battle-tested when it comes to close basketball games. They win the sectional final over Amory. It was a buzzer beater. Cameron Deermeyer, the senior guard, knocked down a little 8-footer in that game to get the Mounders to the state tournament. And it's been quite a year for basketball at Elk Mound. The girls just competed in the girls' state championship. The semifinals, they were losers to Xavier. They were the #1 seed coming in. So trying to get some verification. That might be the first time boys and girls have been to the state tournament in Madison. I was talking to one of the local broadcasters from Elk Mound earlier, and he thinks it may be the first time ever that boys and girls in the same year have made it to the state tournament. And then you go back to the sectional semifinal, and it took overtime, and it was 83-71, a 12-point overtime win over Berlin. And go back into the regionals, it started with Altoona, a 3-point victory, a 5-point win over Stanley Boyd. So all 4 games have been really, really tough ball games for Elk Mound, and Dennis Arneson in his first year at Elk Mound with an enrollment of 368. Freedom in Division III with 481 as the enrollment. And these Mounders actually graduate a couple of first-team all-conference players from a year ago. Sam Wenzel, 14 points, 6.5 rebounds, and Caden Russo, 15 points, 4 rebounds. But they get back to state their 4th trip all-time with runner-up finishes in 1987 and 1994. They come in on a 10-game winning streak. So 2 teams playing very well as we head into tournament play here at the Kohl Center in Madison. Let's take a look at the rest of the slate today. After this opening game, it will be the #2 seed Milwaukee Academy of Science. They've been to state the last 2 years as they take on the #3, the L-Cats of Lake Mills. That game will be approximately 3:15 after this one, as both teams are out on the floor for pregame warmups. And then tonight's action will be Division IV, a local team out of northeastern Wisconsin, the Bondwell Bears, their first trip to the state tournament. They will play the Prairie School, the #4 seed. And in the nightcap tonight, Division IV, the #2 seeded Mineral Point versus #3 La Crosse Aquinas. Should be quite a matchup there between those 2 teams. And then the winners of those 2 games, of course, will play on Championship Saturday. If Freedom does advance today, we'll have that championship game for you. Approximately a 2:30 tip on Saturday afternoon. And tomorrow night, we'll move into Division I action, as we'll have it for you on Sports Faith YouTube. The #4 seed Oshkosh North Spartans, champions in 2018, first trip back here since 18. They will take on the defending state champions, the #1 seeded Wisconsin Lutheran Vikings. We'll have that one for you tomorrow night. 6:35, Waunakee and Marshfield will play the nightcap tomorrow night in Division I, the 2 versus 3 seeds. So should be a fun one. Always a great time down here at the Kohl Center, the 109th version of the State Boys Basketball Championships here from the Kohl Center. Let's step aside. We'll take a timeout in our North Star Dental Group pregame show, and we'll be back with more. We get set for the opener in the 2025 WIAA State Boys Basketball Championships, Freedom and Elk Mound, as you're listening to state basketball coverage from the Kohl Center on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul, too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
Welcome back inside the Kohl Center on a Thursday afternoon. Craig Bone with you as we get set for Freedom and Elk Mound, and a quick message from the WIAA and Rural Mutual Insurance. When you're faced with a challenge, of how you respond determines the real winners. Rural Mutual believes there's something more important than just winning or losing a game. They believe that the team, school, and fans who support their athletes with dignity and class are the true champions. Rural Mutual is the proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Insurance Sportsmanship Award since it started in 1965. From football to volleyball to soccer to tennis, the award recognizes more than team sportsmanship. It recognizes that sportsmanship matters in your community as well. Visit ruralmutual.com/WIAA and see how our team and your community can work together to be true champions. The Mounders of Elk Mound warming up to our right as we look high above the Kohl Center, as the team that normally plays their home games here, the Wisconsin Badgers, currently playing out in Denver, and it is a 40-32 lead for the Badgers over Montana in the 3-14 matchup. So hoops galore from all over the place. NCAA tournament kicks off today, of course, and obviously we're here in Madison for what should be a very exciting tournament once again, and we want to thank our great sponsors, and it starts with North Star Dental Group, our pregame show sponsor, the leader in sedation dentistry. Give Dr. Pete Haley a visit today. Locations in Appleton and in Sheboygan. Today's state tournament action also brought to you by OSMS and brought to you in part by Let Me Be Frank Productions. Head on over to meyertheater.org for your show tickets today, as the King of Krakow starts up on April 3rd. Today's game brought to you by Card and Coin Corner, Packer City Antiques, where they buy and sell coins, gold and silver, sports cards, and Packer memorabilia, located 5 blocks from Lambeau Field, 2208 South Ridge Road, Green Bay, 920-498-0050. And by Pfefferly Management, the largest full-service commercial property management company north of Milwaukee, where they offer in-house services including certified HVAC, electrical, plumbing, building maintenance, lawn care, snow removal, pest control, plantscapes, security, janitorial, and project management. Pfefferly Management has offices in Appleton, Green Bay, Wausau, and Sheboygan. And by NAI Pfefferly, the commercial brokerage company that specializes in selling and leasing of commercial real estate, including office, retail, industrial, medical, investment, and land. NAI Pfefferly has offices in Appleton, Green Bay, Wausau, and Sheboygan with 20 licensed real estate advisors. Give their Appleton offices a call today, 920-968-4700 for more information. And by TNT's Sports Bar and Grill, West Mason Street in Green Bay. And by the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, the Family Fun Center, 2929 Allied Street in Green Bay. And we want to thank PRN Home Health and Therapy, where they provide home health care and therapy services to patients throughout Wisconsin. They provide quality and compassionate care to all the patients they see, treating them like their own family. Visit prncares.com for more information. And by Gallagher's Pizza, Green Bay, De Pere, Alloway, and Swamigo, 4 convenient locations. And by The Driveway, the basketball training center devoted to helping kids become the best version of themselves on and off the court through old school work ethic and new school methods. Great list of sponsors making these broadcasts possible all year long. Looking forward to this one, the Freedom Irish. First trip back here since 1990, where they took home the gold ball as they beat Monona Grove that year, and they finished perfect, 27-0. This is Freedom's third trip overall to the state boys basketball tournament. Let's take a look at the projected starting lineups, and they just were put up on the scoreboard. Let's take a peek first for the Freedom Irish. This starting five has been pretty consistent, as Calhoun is going to get his 29th start of the season, averaging a couple points per ball game, a 35% shooter, as A.J. Wesolowski, the senior guard, is going to join him in the backcourt. And he's averaging 6.5 points, about 3 rebounds per game for A.J. Wesolowski, the 6'1 senior. And another sophomore. This is a fairly young basketball team. Freedom starts 3 sophomores along with Calhoun and Donovan Davis. It's going to be Caden Vandenberg, as he was second team All Northeastern Conference this year. 11 points, a couple boards, leads the team in steals, or second in the team in steals with 42, 11 blocks. And then the senior guard, the do-everything first teamer, All Northeastern Conference unanimous, also all-state quarterback in football. It's the 6'1 senior Drew Courts, his 29th start of the year. He's averaging just over 19 points, 5 rebounds, and leads the team in steals with 72. And rounding out the starting five, it is their leading scorer, 22.5 points a game, 12 boards, 6'8 sophomore Donovan Davis, already over 1,100 career points, as he is getting all kinds of attention. He's an all-defensive player as well, all-state as a freshman, multiple offers, Iowa State, Wisconsin, and Marquette, just to name a few. 65% field goal shooter Davis is, and he also can stroke the three, 36% from beyond the arc. So inside, outside, he can do a little bit of everything, as he has shot 91 three-point attempts. And he's pretty solid from the free throw line as well, 73% from the stripe for head coach Andrew Gibbons in his second year. And for the Mounders of Elk Mound, we mentioned it earlier in the pregame show, they've had some very close calls, including an overtime victory against Berlin in the sectional semifinal for head coach Dennis Arneson in his first year. And this team has had a lot of success over the last few years and really playing good basketball at the right time. And we're going to see a freshman guard get a start. It's Zeb Robinson, averaging 31.5 minutes per game, played 43 of the 44 minutes in the double overtime victory against Berlin. Did not score against Amory. No points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists for Robinson, averaging 9 points a game, 39% shooting from the field. And it'll be Logan Jerome, the 6'6 senior, somebody to keep an eye on tonight or this afternoon. He leads the team, 16.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, leads the team in assists as well. He does a little bit of everything, 34 steals, 25 blocks. So he leads the Mounders in multiple categories, the 6'6 senior. 890 career points. He has scored almost half of them this year, 406 points for the outstanding senior forward, as he had 9 points, 9 rebounds on only 4 of 18 shooting in their sectional victory, their final victory against Amory. And it'll be a 6' senior, Cale Knutson. He's averaging 31 minutes per game. Honorable mention last year, or 2 years ago, excuse me, as a sophomore. And Knutson averaging 13.5, 4 rebounds on 43% shooting, and he had a monster game against Amory, 23 points, 7 rebounds On 9 of 15 shooting, he was 5 for 8 from beyond the arc, where he averages 35% on the season. And the game-winning shot came from Cameron Diermeyer, the 5'11 senior. He'll get another start. He averages 31 minutes. This is a team that doesn't go extremely deep. They might go 8. Their starters are going to play a lot of minutes, and Diermeyer averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, shooting at 47% from the field. But the game winner against Amory was the big one, and against Berlin in the sectional semi, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 11 assists. So a double-double for Diermeyer in that Berlin double overtime victory. And rounding out the starting 5, it'll be a 6'5 junior, Victor Noller, getting his 29th start, averaging 13 points a game, 6 rebounds, coming off a 13.5 rebound game against Amory, and very solid against Berlin as well in that sectional semi overtime. 13 points, 8 rebounds for the Mounders of Elk Mound. And we mentioned the girls just got done playing at the state tournament up in Green Bay. They did fall as the number 1 seed as the Xavier Hawks defeated the Mounders of Elk Mound, but now the boys are going to get an opportunity to try to advance to a championship game on Saturday afternoon, as both teams heading over to their bench, and we will get an opportunity to get an introduction of everyone on these 2 rosters. Good crowd on hand, a lot of Kelly Green to my right as the pep band of the Freedom Irish get things rolling, and we got orange and black to our left as we sit up high above the sideline as we look across to both benches. Elk Mound going to be in their dark jerseys with orange trim and orange numerals for the Mounders. And for the Freedom Irish, they will be in their white jerseys with a checkered green and white trim and green numerals with the word Irish across the front of their jerseys. And one of the Freedom students coming out for our national anthem. And that's how you kick off a boys state basketball championship weekend, as I did not get her name, but she's a junior at Freedom High School, and she did a tremendous job as Freedom 27-1 taking on Elk Mound, the Mounders 24-4. And let's hand it over to the PA announcer with introductions of the non-starters.
First here on the Mounders from Elk Mound, number 0, Parker Number 11, Brennan Woodsell Christensen. Number 12, Mason Moore. Number 14, Hayden Beef. Number 15, Sam Heath. Number 21, Jack Buckles. Number 22, Keston Niven. Number 23, Brody Niven. Number 24, Landon Lipscomb. And number 33, Zachariah Brandner. And now let's meet the Irish from Freedom. Number 10, Jacob Harvey. Number 11, Parker Jacobson. Number 12, Sawyer Rickle. Number 14, Landon Taft. Number 15, Owen Hinkle. Number 20, Kohl. Number 22, Braden Dayton. Number 23, Hudson Lang. Number 30, Reed Burbach. Number 34, Aiden Arts. Number 35, Rylan Jacobson. And number 40, Charlie Mickey. And now, here are today's starting lineups. First for Elkhorn. Starting at guard, the 6-foot freshman, number 1, Zebulon Robinson.
Zeb Robinson introduced here, starting at a guard. Logan Jerome, their leading scorer.
The 6-foot senior, number 4, Kale Knudsen. At guard, a 5'11" senior, number 10, Cameron Diermeyer. And at forward, a 6'5" junior, number 34, Victor Miller.
And now the starting lineup for the Freedom Irish. It'll be Cal Calhoun getting the start, the 5'8" sophomore. A.J. Wesolowski, the 6'2" senior, 6.5 points per game. It'll be Caden Vandenberg, a 6'1" sophomore, 11 points per game. And Drew Courts, the 6'1" senior, 19 points per game, 5 rebounds. And Donovan Davis, the 6'8" sophomore, 22.5 points, 12 rebounds for Andrew Gibbons in his second year at the helm. He's 49-6 in his 2 years as the head man at Freedom, taking over, of course, for the Hall of Famer 2 years ago, John Myron. Elk Mound, the visitors on the scoreboard, will go left to right. It'll be Logan Jerome and Donovan Davis for the opening tap, and it's won by the Mounders, as Elk Mound will go on offense first. Here's a nice little feed inside, now inside-outside game. Victor Noller is going to try a right wing 3, and he got his first shot to go. Victor Noller with a right wing bomb, and we're underway. The Mounders with an early 3-0 lead. Drew Courts going to run the show, standing on the red W on the yo-yo dribble with the left hand. Thought about using a Davis screen. Now Courts turns the corner, leans in, and he got all the way to the rim for the layup. Drew Courts never made a pass, and now Freedom going to set up with a 1-2-2 full court zone pressure as the Mounders able to get it across. Now Knudsen, out of a double team, has to relieve the pressure to Robinson. Logan Jerome was closed off on a left baseline drive, and now the long 3 by Robinson is off and no good. And here come the Irish into the front court. Skip pass, left side 3 out of the corners, airmailed by Cal Calhoun. As Freedom trails 3-2 here, just over a minute in. Long shot left wing is no good by Cale Knudsen, comes up empty. Now Courts right wing bomb 3 is nothing but nylon. Drew Courts comes out hot. First 5 for Freedom, and they have their first lead. 5-3, and here's a ball almost fumbled in the backcourt, a near turnover, and now the ball is loose in the backcourt, and it's scooped up by Davis. Freedom gets the turnover and steal. Now Calhoun drives across the lane, a little up and under, scoop right hand, he missed the layup. Freedom causing a little trouble for the Mounders. Here's a shot inside, and it's rejected. Cale Knutson was blocked out of there. And now Freedom on the run, and Cal Calhoun's going to get fouled down in the paint area as Drew Courts come up with a nice block on that play by Knutson. As I look at the replay, Knutson tried to spin in, and Drew Courts just sent it back. Freedom up 5-3. They've scored the last 5. Courts off on the right wing, 3 right of the circle. And the Mounders will walk it into the front court. They only average 58 points per game. They want to slow it down. Freedom averaging 73. Freedom a 50% field goal shooting team. Jerome thought about the 3, and now they'll reset the offense. Now Zeb Robinson, the freshman, he's guarded by Vandenberg. Robinson right of the lane, gives up his dribble, now out high. It's Logan Jerome, their leading scorer. Tries to throw it inside to Victor Noller, and it's knocked out of bounds by Donovan Davis. It'll stay with the Mounders out of the right sideline corner here with 15:11 remaining. First half, early on, 5-3. Freedom has scored the last 5. Zeb Robinson now, high on the right. He'll flip it to Diermeyer. Diermeyer, the game-winning shot as Victor Noller fumbles the ball out of bounds. Turnover on Elk Mound. Just under 15 minutes remaining here, just over 3 minutes in. As Freedom up by a pair. Here's Courts, lob back door, and a two-handed alley-oop slam by Donovan Davis. He went upstairs and he climbed the elevator. What a set play that was off the feed from Courts, and it's 7-3 Freedom. Full court pressure now, causing some trouble, but Elk Mound gets it in the front court. Knutson lets fly with a straight-on 3. That's no good, and Drew Courts comes down with a rebound. He'll throw it ahead into the front court. Donovan Davis. Now backing down on Jerome. Fadeaway 16-footer. Right baseline comes up empty. He didn't draw anything, and here come the Mounders with numbers. Zeb Robinson now between the rings. He'll dribble it with the right hand, go crossover against Vandenberg. Now into the corner, Victor Noller, who knocked down the only points. He's going to try to drill another 3. He missed it, but he ran down his own rebound. Inside against Davis. Pump fake, throw it up. Blocked by Davis, and now stripped and stolen by Davis. Lob ahead, Courts. Drew has it left wing, now Davis. High on the left, and that ball knocked away and stolen by Knutson. Cale Knutson, a couple of Freedom players stumble and collide into each other, and Knutson's going to get fouled, and in transition it's going to be Cal Calhoun. First foul of the ball game, and we have our first timeout on the floor, a media timeout, as the Freedom Irish currently on a 7-0 run. They lead 7-3 on the OSMS scoreboard. Back with more. You're listening to high school basketball from the state tournament in Madison. Back after this.
Best Level Foods and Diamonds and Gold present Let Me Be Frank's all-new comedy musical, The King of Krakow. April 3rd through April 19th at the Maya Theater. This mob-based show features songs from the 1980s. Watch as the gang, the Sha-Na-Na-Nos, want to take over some turf from the King of Krakow. A ringer is sent in to make sure it happens. For tickets, go to mayatheater.org or call Ticketstar at 920-494-3401. It's the King of Krakow.
And welcome back to the Kohl Center. Craig Bone with you on an opening game of the 109th annual WIAA State Boys Basketball Championships. And the Freedom Irish off to a pretty good start after Victor Noller knocked down an early 3 for the Mounders. It's been all Freedom since, as Drew Courts with an early 5 and Donovan Davis with a beautiful alley-oop jam off the feed from Courts. Sawyer Rickle into the game for Freedom, as is Owen Henkel, a freshman. Rickle is a junior. The Mounders operating on offense here, down 7-3, and here's an overplay and a steal by Davis. Throw ahead, Drew Courts. Courts to the rim. He overlaid it. No, but a late foul. And they're going to call actually goaltending. I thought it was a foul, as count the bucket for Courts. He has an early 7, as that ball was hit while it was on the rim, or at least the net had a hand in it. Here's a cross-court pass by Robinson, and it's intercepted by Rickle. Fake 3 by Henkel, wide open. Courts, and Drew Courts drills the left corner pocket 3. He has 10 of the 12, and the Freedom Irish off and running early, just over 5 minutes remaining. And Elk Mound in an early hole, and now here's a ball knocked away, and another steal by Davis, as the Mounders turn it over again. Here's a fadeaway left of the lane, is good. Owen Henkel gets into the act. The 6'2 freshman makes it a 14-3 Freedom lead. Parker Dutzel had just turned the ball over previously. Here's a teardrop scoop shot from the middle of the lane by Knutson. That's no good, and the Mounders are really struggling offensively. Davis now fakes the dribble handoff. He'll scoop it over to Courts. Drew Courts says, why not? Let it go, rimmed out. Davis almost had the offensive rebound. Knocked away on the floor. The Mounders come up with it. And now we're going to have a foul just into the front court, as Owen Henkel is going to get called for his first second team foul on the Irish. What a start for Freedom. As Parker Dutzel will take a seat for the Mounders. Here's Noller now in the right corner with it. He'll hold against Davis. Cameron Diermeyer hit the game winner in the sectional final, 54-52 against Amory. Here's Diermeyer now on the left-handed dribble, and he throws it away again. Vandenberg stepped in the passing lane. One-on-one, goes to the rim. Left-handed scoop layup is no good. Rolled it off, and here comes Robinson and the Mounders on the run. Long catch and fire left wing, no good by Knutson. And they are struggling mightily from distance. 3 on the way, and that one's left short. Airballed by Henkel, out of bounds to the Mounders. A 14-0 run since that opening three-pointer by Victor Noller, as Brody Neven, the 5'9 junior, is going to check in. Mounders looking for their first points in 6.5 minutes. Here's a cross-court pass by Robinson. Stolen by Henkel. Layup, Davis. And it is time for a Mounder timeout, as it is all Freedom in this first half. 16-3. Let's step aside. 16-3 Freedom from the Kohl Center, Division III state semifinal. Back with more after this.
You're faced with a tough healthcare decision. You've been given a diagnosis and treatment options, but you're still not comfortable with the plan. It may be time to get another opinion. I'm Dr. Jason Klein, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. No matter what you're questioning, a second opinion can give you peace of mind. OSMS is doctor-owned and patient-focused, and we're here to help you understand your options so you can stay in charge of your health. Learn more at askforosms.com.
Craig Bone back with you at the Kohl Center, and it has been all Irish in this one, as they have dominated on a 16-0 run, and the Mounders have turned it over 7 times already against this full court zone pressure, as they do get it into the front court. Now a trap put on Brody Neven, and he errantly throws it cross court. Luckily it ended up in the hands of Cam Diermeyer. Here's Diermeyer now, working on the right wing against Rickel, able to turn the corner, float it with a left hand, and he got it to go. Little teardrop in the lane. And the 16-0 run is broken by Diermeyer. Here's Davis now. He'll hold high on the left to Courts, and Courts tried to feed Davis on a cut, and the ball tipped away and stolen by Robinson. And here comes Elk Mound trying to get back-to-back points. We hit the 10-minute mark. Fade away in the lane from 12 feet by Logan Jerome is off. And here's a long feed from Courts, and he overshot Owen Henkel underneath the basket. And Freedom turns it over, and we have a media timeout. 9:51 remaining. Let's keep it right here as the Freedom Irish 16-5 leading this one, trying to move on to a Saturday championship game. And we want to thank the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, the Family Fun Center, for sponsoring today, and by Card and Coin Corner, 2208 South Ridge Road, and by the Driveway, the Basketball Training Center, by Gallagher's Pizza, by TNT's Sports Bar and Grill, by Let Me Be Frank Productions. Also, today's game brought to you in part by OSMS, Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Specialist, and by North Star Dental Group, along with Pfefferly Management, NAI Pfefferly, and PRN Home Health and Therapy. What a start for the Freedom Irish. If you're just joining us, they are off and running. 16-5 is the count, as Elk Mound 7 turnovers in just under the last 8 minutes, and they're only 1 of 10 from the field. We talked about their shooting earlier. They are a 43% field goal shooting team, only 29 from 3. And right now, those numbers are most definitely holding up true. 18% as a team. Freedom right at their average of 50. Here's that 1-2-2 zone pressure. Elk Mound able to get it into the front court. Now a feed underneath. Noller with a pump fake. No, but he'll get fouled underneath and go to the line for 2. It'll be Caden Vandenberg, his first third-team foul. Noller will shoot a pair. 74% for the junior. First one goes. He has 4 early points, Noller does. Coming off a 13.5 rebound performance against Amory in that buzzer beater victory to get here. And Noller knocks out a pair. He's got 5 of the 7. And Freedom leads 16-7. 6 steals already in this ball game for the Irish. Here's Drew Courts. Send it to Vandenberg. Caden wanted to drive. He's closed off by Noller. Now they'll send it up near half court. It's Courts. Man-to-man defense by the Mounders, and they're going to call palming the basketball on Drew Courts. So Freedom turns it back over. 4th turnover for the Irish. That's their 3rd turnover in the last minute 45. And now here's a trap along the sidelines in the front court. And now Diermeyer will set the offense up top. Guarded by Rickel. Right side, Kale Knutson airballs a 3 short over Wesolowski, and here come the Irish. Vandenberg's just going to stop, pop, 3 straight on, rattle out. Donovan Davis comes out of nowhere with a big offensive rebound and stick back. He has 6. A man amongst boys out there right now for Donovan Davis and the Freedom Irish. Now in the backcourt, struggling. Logan Jerome finally gets it across the timeline. And now another trap on the sideline. Diermeyer able to get it to Noller, and inside Knutson lays it up and in, or excuse me, Logan Jerome. Very nice feed that time, and now the other way, Freedom with a quick trigger 3 from the right corner, no good by Vandenberg, and here come the Mounders down 18-9. Little bit of momentum here for the Mounders, and now on penetration, Diermeyer got knocked down by Courts, his first. Team foul number 4, Zeb Robinson comes back for the Mounders. And Kohl Barse, who was in the game there briefly for the Irish, he'll take a seat. Here's a lob, Knutson. Brody Neven feeds it inside to Noller, who has it knocked away from behind by Davis, but recovered out top now. Noller in the right corner against Davis. Brody Neven nearly turned it over. Now Noller being hounded by Davis, and that ball knocked out of bounds by Vandenberg, and Freedom very active on the defensive end here in this first half. Both teams man-to-man, other than Freedom being in that 1-2-2 three-quarter court zone pressure. Zeb Robinson comes off a Knutson screen. Nice backdoor feed to Noller, and a better feed and a blown layup by Jerome. Some great passing, interior passing by the Mounders, and Jerome comes up empty, their leading scorer, 16.5 points a game. Now Vandenberg, guarded by Noller. He'll give it to Davis way out high on the left here on the Kohl center floor. Now Court straight on 3, high arcer, and he got it. His third triple. Drew Courts on fire early in this one. 4 of 7 from the field. 3 of 5 from distance. What a start for Courts. Now here's a trapping front court on Robinson, but the cross-court pass from Knutson finds Victor Noller, but on the missed 3, we have a loose ball foul, and it's Zeb Robinson. Second team foul, the first on Robinson. We have a media timeout. It's all Freedom right now, 21-9 with 6:38 remaining on the OSMS scoreboard. Back with more after this. You're listening to State Boys basketball action from the Kohl Center on Sports Faith YouTube.
Hungry? Check out this deal on the best pizza in Wisconsin.
I love this pizza.
And you'll love getting $5 off any Gallagher's Pizza order of 30 or more. Call us for delivery. It's the best way to feed your office for lunch.
Back in Madison, Craig Bone with you. Opening game of the 109th annual WIAA State Boys Basketball Championships, and it has been a first half to remember for the Freedom Irish, shooting at 50% from the field, playing very well. Points off of turnovers, 11 already, as the Mounders have turned it over 7 times. And Freedom now on offense, as the Mounders have gone to a zone defense. They're going to mix it up a little bit here. Drew Courts, what a start for him. He has 13. Vandenberg left alone, right corner pocket 3. No, long rebound is loose, and it's scooped out of there by A.J. Wazalowski. Now Calhoun closed off left of the lane. He'll send it up high on the left courts, cross courts at the Vandenberg. Now Donovan Davis left alone, right wing 3, and he got nylon. And it's all clicking right now for the Irish. Donovan Davis with 9, and it's a 15-point lead, 24-9 Irish. Cale Knutson has to float it against that pressure. They barely beat the timeline, and inside for a and one is up and good, Cale Knutson. And the other number 4, Vandenberg, with the foul, his second. So Cale Knutson, the senior, got loose. Back in for Freedom will be Owen Henkel. Knutson only a 56% free throw shooter, and he misses. So 24-11 Freedom with the early lead. A dangerous cross-court pass by Kortz, almost intercepted by Knutson. And now Kortz going to lob backdoor, alley-oop, and Donovan Davis got shoved out of bounds. They already saw that alley-oop go down once already, and Kohl Knutson decided we're not going to let it happen again, so he shoved Davis right clear out of bounds. A non-shooting foul. The inbounds up top to Kortz. He'll just let it fly, and I'll tell you what, Drew Kortz, he is one of the great players in our area. His 4th triple, he has 16, and he is stuck on automatic. What a half. 19 a game, and now here's the turnover. Look out, Davis, breakaway, two-handed jam. Another turnover by the Elk Mounders, and oh my goodness, Davis with 11 and Kortz with 16. They have 27 of the 29, and now a 10-second violation as the Mounders can't get across half court in time. And they turn it over again with 4:51 remaining. Their 9th turnover already in this first half. They average 10 a game. And here's that 2-3 zone. Kortz will hold high on the left. Now Davis left to the lane looking for cutters. He skips it cross court to a wide open Wesolowski, and he buries the 3. His first points, and the Irish are absolutely on fire. 6 of 12 from 3 as a team. 55% overall. Victor Noller with a throwaway steal. Lead feed, Davis, lay it up and in. Owen Henkel off yet another steal to Davis. And the and one. My goodness, the turnovers and points off of turnovers as Noller got called for his first as he pushed Davis in the back, and Donovan finishes his 6th field goal of the first half, looking for point number 14. 34-11. Freedom has absolutely blitzed Elk Mound in this first half. 1-2-2. Zone pressure. They are able to break it easily that time. Diermeyer, and that time Davis tried to steal it out near midcourt, but he fouled Kohl Knutson. So Davis picks up his first. Team foul number 6 on the Irish with 4:09 remaining. 17-2 over the last 3 minutes for Freedom. They're currently on an 11-0 run. They had a 16-0 run earlier. Now Diermeyer getting absolutely hounded. Calhoun trying to draw the 5-second call. Into the corner, Knutson, bounce feed to Noller. He fumbled it, but able to kick it out for a 3 on the way. Honeycombs off by Knutson, and Donovan Davis amongst the group of Mounders that time. 6'8", snares it out of midair. Now Freedom operating against this zone. High on the right, Davis into the corner. Pump fake, Vandenberg feeds Davis. Now the extra pass to Henkel. Davis with a touch pass out of midair to Kortz. 3 is airballed to the right corner. Henkel tried to reverse spinner, no. Wesolowski comes out of there with the rebound, and then he throws it away. A ball tipped up in the air and stolen. And here comes Zeb Robinson and Elk Mound. Robinson looked like he might have took an extra step. Tried to float it up off the window, and he comes up empty. 24% from the field for Elk Mound. 3 on the way. Calhoun, no. Long rebound tipped out volleyball style by Davis. Kortz feeds Davis left wing. Now Drew holding, snaps it into the corner. Henkel to Davis. Davis gonna body his way to the rim, and there's no contest. Victor Noller tried to slow him up, but Donovan Davis with field goal number 7. He has 16. And an errant pass. 37-11 as Elk Mound just turned it over again. Their 10th turnover of this first half. Let's go to a break. 2:36 remaining. It's all Freedom. 37-11 on the OSMS scoreboard. You're listening to high school state tournament basketball from the Kohl Center in Madison on Sports Faith YouTube.
T&T Sports Bar and Grill is Green Bay's home for delicious food, drinks, March Madness, and Milwaukee basketball.
Hey, you can't say that.
Yeah, isn't it ridiculous that you can't say the name of a sporting event or a sports team in a commercial? Well, anyway, T&T Sports Bar and Grill will have all the basketball games on the big screens, plus game time prize giveaways and food and drink specials. T&T offers up a true blue buy one get one happy hour Monday through Friday 2 to 7, and daily lunch and dinner specials. T&T Sports Bar and Grill, West Mason Street, Green Bay, across from Walmart and Sam's.
Hungry? Check out this deal on the best pizza in Wisconsin.
I love this pizza.
And you'll love getting $5 off any Gallagher's Pizza order of 30 or more. And it's all you can eat at our lunch buffets at any of our 4 locations.
Back inside the Kohl Center and the Freedom Irish. They're celebrating right now like it's St. Patrick's Day the way they're playing basketball. My goodness, what a first half it has been. You name it, they've done it. 37-11 with 2:36 remaining in the first half. And it's been fun to watch. Drew Courts, 15 points, as well as Donovan Davis with an early 15. Freedom shooting it lights out. 54%, it feels like it should be higher. As Davis now in the right corner, skips it across courts, extra pass corner, left corner pocket, 3 on the way, no good by Wesolowski, and here comes Elk Mound on the run. Victor Noller tries to feed cross court, and Drew Courts with yet another interception. He'll go coast to coast, and it's rejected by Cale Knutson, and now Elk Mound with Knutson on the run. What a block by Knutson. As now some ball handling issues, and we have a tie-up. As Knutson lost it initially, and then Logan Jerome got tied up. And Freedom will take over with the possession arrow. 12 turnovers officially now for Elk Mound, 5 for Freedom. 19 points off of turnovers in this 37-11 blitzkrieg, you will call it. Lob Davis inside, and there's absolutely no resistance as Elk Mound doesn't have a ton of size. Victor Noller is 6'5", but Donovan Davis just doing whatever he wants. 39-11 now Freedom trying to roll to a championship Saturday as Noller going to wind up left corner 3. That's off, no good. Owen Henkel with a rebound. Henkel now, he'll dribble up into the front court. Slowly with the right-handed dribble, lob it cross-court Courts. Right wing Wesolowski with a no-look cross-court skip to Henkel. Now Courts as we're inside of a minute remaining. 39-11 Freedom. Here's a lob pass, and it's deflected and stolen. Sawyer Rickle tried to lob it over the zone. And tipped and stolen, and here comes Elk Mound down to 45 seconds remaining. Zeb Robinson, who did not score in the last game. Now Diermeyer airballs a left wing 3. 21% shooting for Elk Mound in this first half. Only 4 of 19. 1 of 9 from distance. As it updates 1 of 10 now for Elk Mound as Freedom going to hold for 1. Davis high on the right, down inside of 20 seconds. Now Henkel. Fake the pass left, now goes to Courts high on the right. We're down to 12. Davis, right wing, he says, why not? I'm going to let it go, and he buried it. Donovan Davis hits the 3, and now Elk Mound's going to push with 3. Robinson in the front court with 2, 1, and Elk Mound does not get off a shot. And that is about the most dominating first half that you might see at a state basketball tournament. My goodness. 42-11, the Freedom Irish run off of the Kohl Center court, and they are one happy bunch. And Elk Mound, on the other hand, making a slow walk back to their locker room as the Irish have absolutely dominated early on. 42-11. Is our count on the OSMS scoreboard. Let's step aside. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back right after this. Take a look at halftime statistics as you continue to listen to State Tournament Boys Basketball from the Kohl Center in Madison on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul. Too many appointments. You should have gone to No Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
Festival Foods and Diamonds and Gold present Let Me Be Frank's all-new comedy musical, The King of Krakow. April 3rd through April 19th at the WIAA Theater. This mob-based show features songs from the 1980s. Watch as the gang, the Sha-Na-Na-Nos, want to take over some turf from the King of Krakow. A ringer is sent in to make sure it happens. For tickets, go to WIAAtheater.org or call Ticketstar at 920-494-3401. It's the King of Krakow.
You're faced with a tough healthcare decision. You've been given a diagnosis and treatment options, but you're still not comfortable with the plan. It may be time to get another opinion. I'm Dr. Jason Klein, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. No matter what you're questioning, a second opinion can give you peace of mind. OSMS is doctor-owned and patient-focused, and we're here to help you understand your options so you can stay in charge of your health. Learn more at askforosms.com.
Hungry? Check out this deal on the best pizza in Wisconsin.
I love this pizza.
And you'll love getting $5 off any Gallagher's Pizza order of 30 or more. And it's all you can eat at our lunch buffets at any of our 4 locations.
TNT Sports Bar and Grill is Green Bay's home for delicious food, drinks, March Madness, and Milwaukee basketball.
Hey, you can't say that.
Yeah, isn't it ridiculous that you can't say the name of a sporting event or a sports team in a commercial? Well, anyway, TNT Sports Bar and Grill will have all the basketball games on the big screens, plus game time prize giveaways and food and drink specials. TNT offers up a true blue buy one get one happy hour Monday through Friday 2 to 7, and daily lunch and dinner specials. TNT Sports Bar and Grill, West Mason Street, Green Bay, across from Walmart and Sam's.
Head back in time to the Bricks, the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley's very own hidden gem. Ideal for private parties, it can accommodate up to 50 guests. Perfect for rehearsal dinners, small parties, and bridal parties. It offers an intimate atmosphere for every occasion. Enjoy a mouth-watering selection from our wide array of delicious banquet offerings. Host your next event in the Bricks at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
And welcome back to the Kohl Center. We're at the half. Elk Mound and Freedom, as the Irish have absolutely come out on fire. 42-11 at the half. And Elk Mound comes in here off of some very close games, both in regionals and sectionals. But it has been no contest early on in this basketball game. And let's take a look at leading scorers. And for Elk Mound, it has been a mighty struggle. They are 4 for 20 as a team from the field, only 1 of 10 from the three-point line. And they were led in scoring by Victor Noller. He scored their first 3, the first 3 of the game. Freedom then went on a 16-0 run, and they've never really looked back, as Logan Jerome, their leading scorer, finished with 2, Cale Knutson with 2, and Cameron Diermeyer with 2, for a total of only 11 points in the first half of this game. And I'm just taking a peek at some of their games this year as far as numbers, and it looks like 44 points twice, and a couple of losses were their low total for the Mounders. So they'll be hard pressed to maybe get the 44 this afternoon. And for Freedom, it has all been clicking. 16 points for Drew Kortz, but it was Donovan Davis leading the way with 21 on 9 of 10 shooting from the field, including an alley-oop jam. 3 points from A.J. Wazalowski and 2 from Owen Hinkle in this first half for the total of 42 points for the Freedom Irish. So they are on their way to a big score. They scored 86 against Northland Pines in the regional, 84 against Wrightstown in the sectional, only 49 against Little Chute. But this team has been into the 80s. I'm counting 9 times, and they've been 90 or higher twice. So they can explode. 73 points per game. Drew Kortz, 16 points on 6 of 11. He was 4 for 7 from 3. As a team, 53% from the field, 17 of 32, and 44% from distance, 7 of 16 as a team, and 13 turnovers, the key in this first half for Elk Mound. Had a lot of trouble with that full court zone pressure. Freedom turned it over 6 times, but 21-2 Freedom points off of turnovers has been the key, and Freedom with a big edge on the backboards as well. 21-11 total rebounds. They have just owned every stat. 18-6 points in the paint. Fast break points 14-0. 10 steals in that first half. So 10 of the 13 turnovers were takeaways by Freedom, as Elk Mound led for a very short time. We just had the one lead change. 23 seconds in, Elk Mound had that first 3-point bucket, but since then, it's been all Freedom. This game was tied for 1 minute and 19 seconds. And after that, it was really trouble time for the Mounders of Elk Mound as they first come back out onto the Kohl Center court. Freedom was out early as head coach Dennis Arneson in his first year. The message was long, without a doubt. They come back out on the court, and 1 minute and 45 on the clock before we get back to action here in this Division III state semifinal. And if Freedom can continue to play the way they did, they will advance for Saturday's championship game, and we'll have it for you. Milwaukee Academy School of Science taking on Lake Mills the game after this one. And the winner of that one will play the winner of this one, and the Freedom Irish making a statement in their 3rd trip to Madison, and the first trip since 1990, when the Irish capped off a 27-0 season by meeting Monona Grove. Talked about Jim Bartles, what a career he had at Iowa. Corey Van de Wettering, 2 guys in the top 7 all time, and Drew Kortz, as I do a little math here, adds 16 on to his grand total. He's at 1224. Landon Van Kelster, 1261. So 37 points away. And Drew Kortz will be the all-time leading scorer in Freedom basketball history. And if they move on to Saturday, who knows? He might just get there, as he came out shooting unbelievably well early on in this ball game. Donovan Davis, 7 rebounds to go along with his 21 points. Kortz and Wesolowski with 4 and 3 rebounds respectively. And 10 assists in the first half for Freedom. 3 out of Henkel, and a couple of helpers from Drew Kortz and Donovan Davis, and 2 from Wesolowski, as Kortz and Davis played all 18 minutes in this first half, as Freedom back out on the court. And the Mounders getting final instructions, as if you're the Mounders right now, you don't pay attention to the scoreboard. You just come out and say, okay, we got to show something a little bit better than that, and let's be much more competitive in this second half. And here we go as Diermeyer will run the point, hounded by Calhoun out near half court. Great man-to-man defense by Calhoun. Now Zeb Robinson has it against Vandenberg. Floats it into the corner. Knutson now bounce feed to Logan Jerome. Their leading scorer, only 2 points in the first half. Jerome has it. Send it right. Knutson now into the corner. Robinson, ball knocked away. It's stolen. Vandenberg reached in and poked it away from Robinson, and another turnover, number 14 for the Mounders. And that's kind of been the story of the ball game here, as Davis now going to handle it. Bounce feed left, backdoor lob. Davis was bumped by Noller, saves it to Calhoun. Calhoun misses a layup, and it comes to Noller, and now the reach-in foul on Davis, trying to take it away. Donovan Davis, foul number 2. That was a set play, a little bounce pass high on the left to Courts, and then Davis ran to the rim, and they tried to get that alley-oop going. They ran it 3 times in the first half. One of them ended up in a two-handed jam. As here's that 1-2-2 zone pressure. The Mounders able to get it across, as Knutson was able to find Jerome, and now here's another turnover on the bounce feed, stolen by Wesolowski. Drew Courts, float to the rim, layup good. A nice baseline take by Drew Courts. He has 18. Donovan Davis on the point of this 1-2-2. Knutson floats it to Robinson, cross court. Ball knocked away from behind by Courts, and now a feed to Courts was deflected, but Drew has it. And Davis left alone. Pump fake, lay it up and in. Drew Courts found Davis standing alone underneath the basket. And it won't be long with a 46-11 lead. The starters for Freedom are going to see some bench time indeed, as Noller now out of the corner. Robinson's going to drive against Davis. A floating right-hander over Davis. It rolls off, but we're going to stay right here as we have a loose ball foul. And it's going to be A.J. Wesolowski. His first. Robinson tried to turn the corner, and he floated one over the 6'8 Davis and darn near made it. 2 minutes into the second half, 46-11. Yes, that is the correct score, 46-11, as Diermeyer now jumped in midair and threw it away. Stolen, Courts the other way, and traffic might have got fouled on the one-on-one against Knutson, but he's able to force it up and in. What a tough shot for Courts. He has 20. 48-11 Freedom. Here's Noller, left corner, as Freedom settles back into a zone now. They've played man-to-man the entire game in the half-court defense. Robinson gives it left side, high on the left, Knutson. Cale Knutson drives, floats it, scoop shot right hand, honeycombs out. Jerome gobbles it up, and he missed a 4-footer. Ball ping-ponged out to Robinson. So Elk Mound with a third opportunity. Noller holding in the corner. Now Diermeyer nearly had it stolen by Calhoun, and Calhoun's going to get called for the foul. Calhoun has been very aggressive in man-to-man defense. He'll pick up his second, as Diermeyer got fouled on penetration, and we have a media timeout on the floor. 14:59 remaining. It's all Freedom, 48-11. You're listening to the state basketball tournament from the Kohl Center on Sports Faith YouTube.
Step into a world of excitement at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, your home for family fun in Green Bay. Since 1976, our locally owned and operated business has been Green Bay's go-to destination for fun enthusiasts.
Brace yourself for a jaw-dropping experience with 60 lanes, including regular bowling and newly updated Cosmic Bowling. Feel the thrill as real bowling takes excitement to the next level. Create unforgettable memories with your family at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
Craig Bone back with you on Sports Faith YouTube, and the Freedom Irish are not needing any luck today. That is for sure. 48-11. Total domination over Elk Mound. 14:59 remaining. Donovan Davis leading the way, 23 points, 7 rebounds, a couple of assists. And Drew Kortz, 20 points, 4 rebounds, and a couple of assists. They have been absolutely phenomenal. 56% from the field. Elk Mound only shooting 17%, 4 of 23 from the field, and only 1 of 10 from three-point land, and it has just been a struggle. 14 turnovers. Excuse me, 17, I misread. 17 turnovers, leading to 27 points off of turnovers for the Irish. Cale Knutson backing down on Wesolowski. Now he feeds a tear-dropping Diermeyer. Little lefty. Diermeyer, of course, the game winner in their sectional final victory. He has 4 points. 48-13 Freedom. Kortz between the legs dribble. And he's going to go right down the alley, and there's no help defense there. And Kortz with the uncontested layup. He has 22. Jerome able to get it over to Knutson. Knutson being hounded, knocked away by Davis from behind. He gets the refeed, and a two-handed rim rocker off the feed from Vandenberg. And it's a dunk contest right now for Donovan Davis, his 3rd jam of the game. He has 25, and it's 52-13. Robinson trying to answer a 3. Left wing is off, no, and out of bounds, and it goes over to Freedom. Donovan Davis with the poke from behind in the backcourt on full court pressure, and Vandenberg lobbed it back to him. There was nobody back. And Donovan Davis, the 6'8" man-child, only a sophomore. Calhoun is going to try the left wing 3. No. Ball ping-pongs out to Vandenberg. They'll get a reset. Drew Kortz a drive and a kick. Vandenberg got hung up, has to float it across to Calhoun. He's going to try the right wing 3. That one is short, no good. And Knutson clears the glass for Elk Mound. 39-point lead for Freedom as Donovan Davis is going to get a reach-in foul out on the perimeter. That's number 3 on Davis. Sawyer Rickle and Owen Henkel back for the Irish. Calhoun and Wesolowski will take a seat. 13-21 and rolling. Second half, Freedom as Parker Dutzel back into the ball game, the 5'11" senior for Elk Mound. Here's Diermeyer now. He's guarded out high by Rickle. Now on the left, it's Diermeyer, the left-handed guard. We tick down to 13 minutes remaining as Freedom in domination mode. Diermeyer, the lefty, got in, and he floated it in mid-post. Diermeyer with 6. He is leading the Mounders in scoring. Freedom by 37, 52-15. 12:40 remaining. Davis just got called for traveling high on the left. He tried to shake and bake on the perimeter against Logan Jerome, and he got called for steps. If you're Freedom now, you just kind of coast here, stay healthy. Get some bench players in here eventually. Here's Robinson, floats it high on the right, Knutson. Dutzel's left alone. He'll let fly, and it's back rimmed and off, no good. And 1 for 12 now for the Mounders from distance. Drew Kortz behind the back dribble. Now Henkel going to drive. Fall away jumper from 10 is no good for Sawyer Rickle, excuse me, that was, not Henkel. Jerome spinning against Davis, and he turned and he banked it in low left. That was a tough shot by Logan Jerome. Right at Davis. Now a spinning, whirling dervish in the lane by Kortz, and he missed the layup. What a beautiful 360 move by Kortz, but he couldn't finish. 52-17 Freedom. Down to 11:45. Here's Dutzel with it. Going on one-on-one against Henkel. Now he has to feed out high. Straight on 3 is off, no good. Logan Jerome comes up empty. Now Kortz on a 3-on-2. Spinning, whirling dervish, 360. And that time he gets it to go. Drew Kortz on his own identical move that he just tried. This time it went down. 54-17 Freedom. Drew Kortz with 24. Here's a ball saved from going out of bounds by Diermeyer, and he threw it clear across half court. Into press row. turnover number 19 for the Mounders. Kohl Barst, the sophomore, is going to check in for Caden Vandenberg. Just a slew of turnovers today for the Mounders, and Freedom has scored 29 points off of those turnovers. 54-17. Davis going to power his way down the alley. He stopped, kicked it out for a three. Barst in and out. It was halfway down. Rebound to Knutson, and now they'll feed ahead. Robinson to Knutson on the drive to the rim. A beautiful cut. And actually it was Logan Jerome, my apologies. And Robinson found him cutting to the rim. He has 6. 54-19 Irish. Owen Henkel's going to go on Dutzel to the rim, and the ball was partially deflected by Jerome and blocked away, and here come the Mounders. Game is getting a little loose. Elk Mound starting to play a little bit more fluid on offense. Dutzel with a teardrop bank from 10. No, and it's going to go out of bounds. Last touched by Freedom. And we have a media timeout. 10:18 remaining. We'll keep it right here. 54-19. It's all Freedom in this Division III state semifinal, and we want to thank NAI Pfefferly and Pfefferly Management. Pfefferly Management, the largest full-service commercial property management company north of Milwaukee. They handle all aspects of property management, including lease administration, rent collection, facilities management, preventive maintenance, and bill paying. And NAI Pfefferly, the commercial brokerage company that specializes in selling and leasing of commercial real estate, including office, retail, industrial, medical, investment, and land. By TNT's Sports Bar and Grill, West Mason Street, Green Bay, right across from Walmart. Gallagher's Pizza of Green Bay to Pier, Alloway, and Swamico. PRN Home Health and Therapy, where they provide home health care and therapy services to patients throughout Wisconsin. Visit PRNcares.com for more information. 54-19 as we're back in play. Elk Mound with it. Jerome cross courts at the Dutzel. Extra pass into the corner. It's Keaston Neven that's checked into the game, the 5'9 junior. Here's a little floater in the lane by Diermeyer, no good. Comes out to Neven. He teardrops it, and the alligator armed it and left it short. And Freedom with an easy rebound. Donovan Davis. 25 points, 9 rebounds for the sophomore. Henkel had a shot at a three, but he fumbled it. Now he gives it to Courts. Courts backing down in the lane, still has it, squeezes it off, counted and one. Drew Courts went right at Cale Knutson. He split a couple of defenders and up and in as Diermeyer just picked up his first. Drew Courts with 26 now. Davis with 25. Victor Noller going to come back in. Parker Dutzel out of the ball game, as is Cale Knutson. And Aiden Schindler, the 6'2 senior, into the game as Courts knocks down the free throw. 27 to lead the Irish. Down to 9.5 minutes, 57-19. Here's a ball tipped and stolen from Jerome. Lead feed Davis. Could it be dunk number 4? And it is. Donovan Davis with 27. Ball tipped and stolen, and another turnover, in Vandenberg with yet another assist for a dunk. Now inside the other way for Elk Mound is Schindler, up and good. His first 2 of the ball game. 59-21 Freedom. We're inside of 9 minutes remaining. A.J. Wesolowski driving the lane, left-handed layup, altered by Noller, and here come the Mounders. Brody Neven going on Courts. Now he's double teamed, just takes it and throws it up off the window. He almost made it. Rebound to Wesolowski. Donovan Davis now going to trot into the front court, guarded by Jerome. Kick into the corner. Henkel, three, short, no. And the rebound to the Mounders and Logan Jerome. 59-21. Freedom by 38. If it gets to 40, we're inside of 9 minutes. It would be a running clock. Long three from the wing, no good. Schindler, run out 2-on-1. Henkel, reverse left-handed layup, good off the feed from Vandenberg on the 2-on-1. Henkel with 4. 20 turnovers now officially for Elk Mound. 31 points off of turnovers for Freedom. Spinning into the lane, no good by Jerome. 3-on-2, Davis is going to run the fast break, feeds Vandenberg. He floats it up off the window and counted and one. My goodness, what a shot by Vandenberg on the 3-on-2 as Davis found him. And Vandenberg scores his first points of the ball game. And it's time to clear the bench. Donovan Davis, Drew Kortz, and A.J. Wesolowski take a seat, and they've earned it. As the free throw no good by Vandenberg. But we have a running clock here on out, a 42-point lead, 63-21. Here's a drive to the rim, and it's Logan Jerome with a nice take. He has 8. And we'll get you some substitutions here. It's Parker Jacobson, the senior, into the game. Season high, Donovan Davis is 36. He didn't get there. Drew Kortz had 31 against Wrightstown, but they played a whale of a game as Henkel goes off on the 3 and misses. Braden Dayton, the senior, 6'3", in for Freedom as well. Here's a floating pass into Noller by Neven, and it's knocked away out of bounds, and it'll stay out Mound ball when we come back. Freedom in control as they have been the entire game, 63-23, 6:29 remaining on the OSMS scoreboard. You're listening to high school basketball from the state tournament at the Kohl Center on Sports Faith YouTube.
Step into a world of excitement at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, your home for family fun in Green Bay. Since 1976, our locally owned and operated business has been Green Bay's go-to destination for fun enthusiasts.
Brace yourself for a jaw-dropping experience with 60 lanes, including regular bowling and newly updated Cosmic Bowling. Feel the thrill as our Unreal Bowling takes excitement to the next level. Create unforgettable memories with your family at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
Craig Bone back with you at the Kohl Center, and what a day for the Freedom Irish. 63-23, absolute domination on all facets of the game. Elk Mound, 26% from the field, 20 turnovers in the ball game for the Mounders, and Freedom has taken advantage. 31 points off of turnovers, 38 points in the paint, and 26-0 in fast break points. You name it, they have absolutely done it. As Drew Kortz, monster game, 27, and Donovan Davis matching his running mate, 27 as well. As we come down in a running clock scenario, a 40-point lead inside of 9 minutes remaining, and Neven, Brody Neven, out of the corner hits a 3, and those have been tough to come by. They opened up the game on a 3 by Noller, and that's only their second 3 on 15 attempts. As Cal Calhoun's going to bounce feed it to Jacobson. The left-handed 3 is no good. Parker Jacobson had a good look. Now the Mounders the other way, fumbling. It is Logan Jerome. He's going to go right into the lane against 2 Irish. Missed it, got his own rebound, go back up and put it back in. It's a little easier now when Donovan Davis is not in the ball game. 63-28. Jerome with 10. Averages 16 and a half. Here's a good looking three, left wing, heartbreak off the rim that time for Braden Dayton. As we're down to 5:15 and rolling here, second half. 63-28, all Freedom. Here's Neven now on the left side. He's guarded by Kohl Bars, who's in. Now Bars is digging in on Noller. They triple team him. Jump hook it from 4 feet, good. Victor Noller drops in a bucket. He has 7 for the 6'5 junior. Down to 4:45 left. Braden Dayton fumbles it, picks it up, shoots a right wing three, no, and the rebound comes off to Jerome and Elk Mound ahead. Neven. Brody Neven gets the ball knocked out of bounds, I think. No, the officials are going to say it went off at Neven. A nice little reach in that time by Kohl Bars. Jacob Garvey now will check into the game for Freedom. Cal Calhoun will go out, as will Sawyer Rickle. Reed Murbach, the junior, into the game for Freedom also to clean up this last 4 minutes. Here's Murbach. Flips it left side to Dayton. Jacob Garvey going to run the point. Garvey has it on the right-handed dribble. Little dribble handoff. Parker Jacobson. Now Bars, elbow. Give it to Jacobson. Left wing three. Got it. Actually from the right wing with the left hand, he got it. Parker Jacobson drops the three. He's played in 25 games, and now Elk Mound is clearing their bench. 66-30 Freedom. We're down to 3:20. Schindler now with a fadeaway right of the lane jumper, and he got nicked on the elbow. He'll go to the line. Kohl Bars picks up his first, team foul number 5 on the Irish. Schindler to the stripe, a 6'2 senior. Only 9 minutes per game.
Checking in for the Mounders, number 5, Lucas Swee, number 14, Hayden Beef, number
Lucas Swee into the ball game.
Landon Lipscomb.
As Elk Mound, Landon Lipscomb, a 5'8 sophomore, is in. Second free throw for Schindler is off. And we hit garbage time. 66-31, all Freedom. 2:25 remaining. Bars, right wing three, no, and the ball ricocheted through some legs, ended up back to Bars, and now a 3-ball straight on as well off by Murbach. And Freedom continues to chuck them up. 49% as a team from the field, as Elk Mound is going to call timeout. And they're going to get some of their guys off the floor as Aiden Schindler comes over for some hugs. Always tough to watch those seniors walk off this floor, especially down here, as we have a timeout on the floor. 2:08 remaining. 66-31, Freedom will advance to a championship Saturday, and we'll have it for you. They will get the winner of the next game, Milwaukee Academy of Science versus Lake Mills, and that is scheduled for a 2:30 tip on Saturday afternoon. But these numbers are mind-boggling, as Freedom now down to 48% shooting, but it was much higher earlier in the ball game. 31% from 3, but the story of this ball game really for Elk Mound is just the turnovers. 21 turnovers, and Freedom with a lot of runouts. 34 points off of those turnovers, and 26 fast break points for the Irish. Just absolutely dominating. Donovan Davis, 12 of 13 from the field. 10 rebounds, a double-double for him. Drew Courts, 27 points on 11 of 17 to go along with 5 rebounds and 2 assists. As Elk Mound puts it back in play, missed 3 out of the corner. And the rebound attempt Put back up and missed by Brody Neven. Garvey into the front court now for Freedom as we tick off the last minute 50. And Garvey has it knocked away and stolen that time by Landon Lipscomb, and they go out in transition and the ball blocked out of bounds. Keaston Neven got it knocked out of bounds, and more substitutions. Zachariah Brantner is going to come in for the Mounders. Sam Heath into the ball game for the Mounders. Is everybody going to get a look? Brennan Christensen in there as well. Keaston Neven has it up top. Guarded by Hudson Lang, who's into the ball game for Freedom as well. And a drive to the rim, and it's blocked out of bounds. Charlie Mickey is into this basketball game as well, as both benches liberally sending out substitutions. Christensen has it high on the left as we wind down. Running clock down inside of 35 seconds. And we have a foul as the clock will continue to roll inside of 30. And Elk Mound will send it in bounds. Mickey got called for the foul. Team foul 6. 66-31 inside of the left-handed post move. No. Rebound put back by Brantner. No. And now another shot rejected out of there. Thrown back in bounds as it's gotten very sloppy as we come down the stretch. Mason Moore tried to finish. And we do have a foul with 1.2 seconds remaining. And it's Brennan Christensen as things got a little choppy there in that last 30 seconds. And Christensen, the left-handed junior, knocks down the free throw. And he'll get another. And he missed it. And Charlie Mickey gathers the rebound. And the buzzer sounds as the Freedom Irish will move on to a state championship final matchup on Saturday afternoon. Your final, Freedom 66, Elk Mound 32, back to the championship game, first time since 1990. And let's step aside and we'll come back and wrap things up and get you some final statistics and get you set for our broadcast schedule tomorrow and on Saturday. Your final on the OSMS scoreboard, Freedom 66, Elk Mound 32. Back with more. You're listening to the State High School Boys Basketball Championships from the Kohl Center in Madison on Sports Faith YouTube.
Wait, how many times do I have to come back?
Personal foul. Too many appointments. You should have gone to North Star Dental.
Dr. Pete and his team have experience, and with today's technology, can do more dentistry in just one visit.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pete Haley from North Star Dental, and dental implants should last a lifetime. Whether you need a single tooth replacement or a full mouth reconstruction, you can get it all done here under one roof.
North Star Dental, changing your life by changing your smile.
Festival Foods and Diamonds and Gold present Let Me Be Frank's all-new comedy musical, The King of Krakow. April 3rd through April 19th at the Maya Theater. This mob-based show features songs from the 1980s. Watch as the gang, the Sha-Na-Na-Nos, want to take over some turf from the King of Krakow. A ringer is sent in to make sure it happens. For tickets, go to mayatheater.org or call Ticketstar at 920-494-3401. It's the King of Krakow.
Your healthcare should be about what's best for you. Yet too often, healthcare professionals focus on keeping patients within their system, including who they refer you to. I'm Dr. Will L. Bureau, orthopedic surgeon and physician owner at OSMS. You should be seen by who you want, and you can be. At OSMS, our focus is on providing you with the highest quality of care in a safe environment. The best part is, you usually don't need a referral for orthopedic care, putting full control in your hands. Learn more at askforosms.com.
Hungry? Check out this deal on the best pizza in Wisconsin.
I love this pizza.
And you'll love getting $5 off any Gallagher's Pizza order of 30 or more. Call us for delivery. It's the best way to feed your office for lunch.
TNT Sports Bar and Grill is Green Bay's home for delicious food, drinks, March Madness, and Milwaukee basketball.
Hey, you can't say that.
Yeah, isn't it ridiculous that you can't say the name of a sporting event or a sports team in a commercial? Well, anyway, TNT Sports Bar and Grill will have all the basketball games on the big screens, plus game time prize giveaways and food and drink specials. TNT offers up a true blue buy one get one happy hour Monday through Friday 2 to 7, and daily lunch and dinner specials. TNT Sports Bar and Grill, West Mason Street, Green Bay, across from Walmart and Sam's.
Step into a world of excitement at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, your home for family fun in Green Bay. Since 1976, our locally owned and operated business has been Green Bay's go-to destination for fun enthusiasts.
Brace yourself for a jaw-dropping experience with 60 lanes, including regular bowling and newly updated Cosmic Bowling. Feel the thrill as our Unreal Bowling takes excitement to the next level. Create unforgettable memories with your family at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley.
And we've gone final in game number 1 of the 109th annual WIAA State Boys Basketball Championships as the Freedom Irish get it done in this basketball game, and it was done in easy fashion as they run away and hide early. 66-32 was the final score, as that is the lowest point turnout for Elk Mound this season. And for the Freedom Irish, they move on to a championship game Saturday afternoon. Let's take a look at some final numbers. First for Elk Mound, they were led in scoring by Logan Jerome in his 33 minutes. He was 5 of 12 for 10 points, 8 rebounds. And the Mounders got 7 points out of Victor Noller this afternoon on 2 for 6 shooting. 6 points from Cameron Diermeyer on 3 of 5 shooting, had 4 rebounds as well. And Aiden Schindler off the bench late, had a 3-point bucket and 2 points each for Cale Knutson. And actually Knutson was the only one to have 2 1-point late in the game on a free throw by Brennan Christensen. And that was their total, as Brody Neven actually had 3 points as well late in this basketball game on a 3-point shot in his 11 minutes. For Freedom, they were paced by their 2 superstars, of course, Drew Kortz and Donovan Davis, 27 each. They combined 23 of 30 from the field. Absolutely phenomenal. Those guys operated about as freely as you could, as Owen Henkel finishes with 4 points in the ball game for Freedom, and AJ Wesolowski with 3, along with Parker Jacobson with 3, and 2 from Caden Vandenberg. And you take a look at the numbers, and the team numbers are absolutely crazy, off the charts. 48%, it was much higher throughout the game for Freedom, only 27 from the field for a shooting percentage for Elk Mound, and only 13% from 3, so 2 for 16 for Elk Mound. Freedom finished 8 of 26 from distance, and the number that really stands out, 21 turnovers for Elk Mound, only 8 for Freedom. 34 points off of those turnovers for the Irish, and that was basically game over right there, as Freedom actually ended up getting out-rebounded 35-33, but that did not play a part in this ball game. Points in the paint belonged to Freedom as well, 38-22. Fast break points, 26-0. 16 steals in the game for Freedom, 17 assists, as Elk Mound led the game very briefly. They opened up with a 3-point bucket by Victor Noller, and that was it. Freedom went on a 16-0 run. They had another big run later in the basketball game, and that was about it. There was no doubt about it, as it was just one of those games where Freedom flexed their muscles early, and they just had no answer. The Mounders had no answer for Donovan Davis and Drew Kortz as they score 54 of the 66 points, and now they get set for a matchup tomorrow afternoon against the two teams that are warming up right now, Milwaukee Academy of Science, the number 2 seed, and the L-Cats of Lake Mills. We'll have that championship game for you Saturday afternoon at approximately 2:30. And our next game up is going to be tomorrow night, 6:35 tip. Wisconsin Lutheran, the Vikings, the defending state champs in Division I, they will take on the Spartans of Oshkosh North. So that is going to do it as we come to the end of game number 1. 66-32 Freedom is your winner. And we want to thank all our fine sponsors once again for making our broadcast possible, and that would be, of course, North Star Dental Group with locations in Appleton and in Sheboygan by OSMS. Today's game brought to you by Let Me Be Frank Productions, by TNT's Sports Bar and Grill, by Gallagher's Pizza of Green Bay, De Pere, Alloway, and Swamico, and by The Driveway, the Basketball Training Center. And we want to thank PRN, Home Health and Therapy, and also NAI Pfefferly and Pfefferly Management, along with the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley Family Fun Center, 2929 Allied Street in Green Bay, and by Card and Coin Corner, Packer City Antiques. That is going to do it as the Freedom Irish get themselves a semifinal victory. Your final, once again, on the OSMS scoreboard, Freedom 66, Elk Mound 32. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Oshkosh North, Wisconsin Lutheran in Division I action. You've been listening to high school basketball from the Kohl Center. We'll talk to you tomorrow night. Take care, everybody.